I'm a big advocate for applied digital skills. So if you don't know, applied digital skills is a free online tool from Google, and they are creating more content at such a rapid rate that I can't even keep up with what they have out there right now. But essentially it's video-based instruction. So you can search by grade. It's mostly middle school, high school, and then I guess secondary, college age. And even actually, I shouldn't even say that, because there's also life skills on it, like building a resume or balancing, your checking account and stuff like that.
Right.
But so what it is, it takes you through modules that are online. So the students will sit and watch these videos, and then at the end of the video, it'll say, so it'll teach your lesson, and then it'll say, now it's your turn. And then it instructs the students to model what was taught in the video. And most of it's obviously run through the Google Suite. So one of the things I was facing as a challenge in the classroom was that the 7th and 8th grade research project was a flop year after year. And it's because the way we create it is, if you're enrolled in the science class in semester 1, your project has to be science-based. If you're enrolled in social studies semester 1, it has to be social studies based. And then the content is graded by that teacher, and then the mechanics are graded by the ELA teacher. So it was really difficult because the ELA teachers are reading about science topics that they know nothing about, and same with social studies. And then, you're telling these kids, you have to do a 5-page or whatever the requirement is, paper on something in history. Well, what if they have no interest in history? And, I wouldn't want to do that assignment. So when I was looking through this applied digital skills, they have a really amazing module on research skills. And instead of using our traditional science and social studies standards, these topics are based on technology. And it could be anything from, what are the pros and cons of using drone technology, or that was actually a really popular one, which is why I said it. But, copyright, they'll touch upon like fishing and things like that, just something that is more relatable to the students. And then it breaks it down so that the students already have, they'll teach you how to write your essential question. But if you're really stuck on an essential question, it'll help you, develop one, or it'll give you an example of what they're expecting your essential question to be. And then they even will go as far as providing research links. Now, I wouldn't say, here are your links, write your paper.
Right.
I would modify it, use these as a starting point, but now I want you to add 3 additional or something like that. But it was amazing to see what the difference of quality of work we got when we said, try this way, and then try, like, versus previous years where the students were forced something that may or may not keep them interested. And I think it's a great tool. That was only one time that I used it in depth, but next year, and actually, because I don't think it really got released until, I don't know, end of winter last year. So now that I have my hands on it, and I actually spoke with my tech team at school, and we're going to try to really implement some of the other ones. I know my tech teacher, he loved, we did create an event. So it teaches the kids how to budget. And, oh, sure, you want to throw a party? Well, okay, now you have to think about everything from buying plates to drinks to food to music. And it teaches the students how to make a budget and how to implement that budget.
Right.
It's life skills that aren't necessarily always taught in a fun way. But these kids got to create like their, Super Bowl party or a motion party. And it was just stuff that was more relatable, and the outcomes were just that much better.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what you're making me think of too, as you were just talking about that, is that you're also showing that you don't have to, you organize the lesson and know about applied digital skills, but you don't have to be the expert, right? So even though you are an expert in research, but like letting Google be the expert, right? And letting the kids and the teachers see that. That's sort of awesome.
Yeah, and actually that received a lot of positive feedback from my staff, which is probably a workshop that I'm going to teach in the fall. Just because I think it can be, and I personally think it's better for middle school and high school than elementary level, just because some of the skills in Google get a little bit complicated, but I'm sure you could modify it to maybe like 4th, 5th grade. But it's just a great resource, and it's free, and it gets the kids, you know, sometimes they get sick of listening to your voice all day. So it gives them a fresh view. And the people at Google are pretty cool. So they talk to the kids in the videos. They talk at a really, you know, cool vibe, and they have the cool shirts and the white background. And like, it's just more captivating, I think. And then what's also really great is that they have modifications, so you can slow down the speed of the video. So if you have, like, for example, I have a lot of students that are ESL, and so we'll put the modification on to slow down the speed of the video so that they can follow along, or you can do closed captioning, which are just two really simple tools that probably give a student a completely different experience. They can also go back and rewatch it over and over again until they get that skill that they're trying to accomplish. Where, you know, sometimes in school, we don't always get that opportunity. We're on a time clock. So it's definitely worth checking.